Welcome back from the break. This is Combat Sports Weekly, and this is the part of the show where we take a look at both the national and local headlines. So let's jump right into those national ones. Premier Boxing Champions on NBC made its debut. For the first time in 30 years, NBC hosted an evening of boxing. The average fan base, the average viewership was 4.2 million. It peaked at 4.2 million. The average was 3.4 million. Either way, those are pretty decent numbers for boxing, which a lot of people are calling a niche sport.
Yeah, you know what? We said it last week. I said it the week before, but boxing is back. I'm really excited about this, and I think that it was great to see those numbers.
We have more boxing Friday night, of course. We have Josecito Lopez in a fight against Andre Berto, which is pretty huge. UFC news.
Carla Esparza is the co-main event, so we see more females representing, and she'll defend her title for the first time.
And don't forget about the main event, the males.
Yeah,
Anthony Pettis against Javel Dos Anjos there for the lightweight championship. Pettis, more than a 4-1 favorite. It'll be interesting how that fight actually lines up.
I would take the odds and bet on it. I think it's a great fight.
Yeah. Sergey Kovalev and John Pascal are fighting for 3 light heavyweight world titles in Canada. So the Bell Center has been hyped for boxing the last, I'd say, 4 years. So you can expect an upwards of over 20,000 to be at that event on HBO Saturday night. So make sure you catch that. Sergey Kovalev, one of the most exciting fighters.
Boxing, Jorge? Boxing?
Yeah, boxing. It's on the rise, and the popularity is starting to get back up there to where it was in the 80s and 90s. You know what? Enough with that. Let's go to some local news.
Carlos Condit makes his long-awaited return after a big injury. The thing with Carlos is he's an extremely smart fighter, and he took rehab seriously. This guy's been working on technique and really taking his time to fix that injury, and I think he looks better than he ever has before.
They did not give him an easy fight, in one of the hardest kickers in that division, and Thiago Alves at May 30th, I believe, is the fight when this is going to actually be taking place in Brazil. Unfortunate for Condit that it's not here in Albuquerque. Beatdown 3 is taking place at the end of this month, March 28th. Make sure you guys check it out. There was a change to the main event. Maurice Jackson kind of pulled out of that one to go try out for the Tough. A lot of the guys, it happens. We have a lot of local guys that are trying out for the Ultimate Fighter. So make sure you guys keep track of our Facebook page to keep an eye out on the updates. Another one of your teammates here, Conrad Padilla, will be headlining an event April 3rd at the Santa Ana Star Center. It's paying tribute to the veterans, Army versus Marines. What do you think of an event like this?
I think it's beautiful. I think it's great. From what I understand, all of the proceeds are going to the Wounded Warriors Project, and I support that. I support all of our troops, and it's great to see these guys and Conrad get back in there.
Yeah. You have some El Paso news for us.
Absolutely. I'm super excited, and we'll be rooting her on for sure. Jennifer Hahn is going to fight for an IBF world title Saturday, April 18th, and it doesn't look like she's taking on such an easy opponent, so that's great to see.
It's a really tough African, and Helen Joseph, she has a KO percentage of like 60% in victories, which is unusual to see in the female division.
It
is.
It
Definitely a pretty big time here that we have for local and, national guys, especially when you think of guys like Condit. So as far as that, those are our headlines, national and local. What do you say we jump into our highlights? Thurman, Robert Guerrero, PBC on NBC. What do you think of this 360 camera? I don't know if I was that impressed by it. It was kind of glitchy, and of course Keith Thurman was able to control, I'd say, the first 80% of this fight. Robert Guerrero gave him hell, ultimately saving the night, just because, to be honest, the first fight with Adrian Broner was not that good.
I was really surprised that it wasn't as good. I had high expectations for it.
But this fight definitely made up for it. A lot of people felt they got a money's worth. Guys left it with the standing ovation. Here's what kind of let us down in Adrian Broner. His defense, his hand speed was just too quick for Molina. Molina could not put, I don't think I counted more than 5 times a 3-punch combination even come out of Molina. So Adrian Broner, about them billions.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you see guys get tired like that and start throwing super wide punches, and that straight punch down the middle is going to beat it every single time.
And here, I'm not sure if you saw this, North Carolina, 145-year-old Roy Jones Jr. defeated some random guy in North Carolina. This looks like a high school. Look at this guy just get dominated. You know, mid-40s, late 40s, Roy Jones Jr. is still winning.
Hang up the gloves, man.
If he's still winning, why not?
I don't know.
Let him keep
no,
going.
Why not? Because he's fighting in a high school gym against some guy.
There were probably 4,000 people. They probably paid him a whole lot. Look how easy that was.
No.
Easy work for Roy Jones Jr.
Hang him
He's
up, man.
another guy, Tyrone Spong. People need to pay attention to this guy. He made his boxing debut, undefeated MMA, pretty amazing
he made his
kickboxing
boxing
record.
debut against somebody that never fought before.
No, I'm pretty sure
let's
this
be
guy
real.
was like 7-60,
Okay.
and as you can see, he just lined him up. It was just
Okay.
too easy of a
right.
knockout. So check this out. I'm gonna set you up. I'm gonna feint a couple of times, over the top. You can.
Yeah, I'm a fan of him as well, but seriously, Jorge, he did fight a guy that didn't have very much experience.
I mean, what do you expect? It was his debut. They weren't going to put him against like a Manny Pacquiao or
Would
like
that
a
fight
Sergey
happen
Kovalev.
in the States?
No, I mean, I don't necessarily know, but I think we should wrap that up and move on with the show. So
Okay.
once we catch you around the corner, we have an interview with Dave Freelander, who's here to talk about the Grapple Fest tournament that will be taking place at the Santa Ana Star Center, something that's been going on for years and that
Super
people in
awesome
this
program.
community have grown to love. So make sure you guys catch us around the loop here. Combat Sports Weekly, y'all.